I'm disappointed. It was a stupid thing to say, a dumb thing to post.
Queensland Labor MP and Chief Government Whip Don Brown in the hot seat for this now deleted Facebook post.
Want proof that youth crime is a media beat-up? Channel 9's second lead story was about a bloke not getting robbed.
A non-robbery isn't genuine and is creating fear.
There are still CCTV images of teenagers with golf clubs trying to break into a guy's house.
We need to make sure that we are alerting the community.
And that's not a beat-up.
It is a beat-up.
The post coming less than a week after angry Queenslanders took to the streets in protest.
Queensland's now known as a state of crime.
While young people are increasingly posting videos of their crimes online. But since 2014, the research shows youth offender rates across Queensland steadily trending down. In January, raw police data, which counts the total number of charges, shows children were responsible for about 20% of crimes committed. High, but roughly in line with previous summers. But in Cairns and Townsville, it's a different story. Both areas spiking since late 2020.
Okay, Townsville, this is what happens to little ass boys that want to try break into houses.
And Toowoomba, which peaked in May last year, kids accounting for 33% of criminal charges.
Please ask all the victims to stab me.
I've lived in Toowoomba all my life. I'm 70 and I've never seen it so bad.
While the police report published in April shows the rate of unique youth offenders is at its lowest since records began a decade earlier, there is a hardcore group of reoffenders. And for the victims of these crimes, the fear and anger is palpable.
I'm here because it's got to stop. Enough people have suffered. We get a life sentence.
The Premier under pressure to act.
Out with Anna! Out with Anna!
The government, which rushed through controversial laws last week to allow children to be locked up in police watch houses.
We needed to ensure our police continued to have the power to detain violent, young, repeat offenders.
Now promising it's listening.
You'll have all seen me repeatedly acknowledge how real the community's concern is, and that represents my view.
Wow, that's interesting. Which is it?
What, up or down?
Is it either not a problem and it's a media beat up, or once he gets called out on it, is it a legitimate problem?
I think if it's happening to you in Queensland, it feels very, very real.
Totally.
And you don't care what the stats say.
Yes.
The problem is a lot of these kids are from really dysfunctional backgrounds. They're victims of sexual abuse, physical abuse. They don't have a stable family life. They often have quite a lot of poverty around them as well. So I don't know if the answer is just throwing them in jail. I mean, they're kids. They're 10, 12,
kids,
13,
but if they're
15.
kids that are circling your house with cricket bats or golf clubs or whatever, is it okay to go, oh, look at their dysfunction?
No.
Do you know what I mean? You understand
You understand the anger, but at the
Yes.
same time, putting a child into the system, that's setting them up to fail for the rest of their lives.
But what you're saying, they've already been set up to fail. How do you undo that?
I think this is
Taunton
something...
would have some ideas.
Thank you for bringing me into this, Kate. I really appreciate that.
Unfortunately, we don't have time for Sam to share them, so...